As now, Ghana has become the most popular country in the world in terms of our rich history. As is here, minimum Ekasi. For on video, a Dahonoma, you win. Some video we are. Share the whole BBC, the whole UK, and my own. Organize a quiz to be. Nasa quiz no organize the biggest universities are a war in UK, my own. Nasa Sukuya organizes San Christie at the Mawomi, Bakuya, the University of Manchester, and about the University of Big Beck, Anna San Christie, organizing at the Mawomi. Now, wait here, Usambasram, many and some tribe will be a war. Oh my God, has if we say Christie, Omo, a year, a Usuku Muhono, Nina, a year, a Sante for a history, Anna Omo. And the Jinaso and yes, San Christie. Now, what you say, a school for ya, or more answer questions ya. Teacher, you know, to the money woman, or more being ye pa, or more a Ghana, especially as Sante for history ye pa, and your assent kitwa. The Busia, you boom rem. Now, you tea emo and send back community be said ye. Christ no is echo. Now, you share other videos so I can't come and so embraces ya, the Busia for.
Just have 3 questions on the Ashanti people of West Africa. The Ashanti Empire was founded in the 1670s with its capital at Kumasi. In which present-day West African country?
Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah?
Ghana?
Ghana is correct. What artifact is said to house the spirit of all Ashanti people, past and present? It gives its name to a war of 1900, after which it was hidden until 1921 to prevent it being captured. I need a precise 2-word name.
It was Golden Stool.
Okay. Golden Stool?
Golden Stool is correct. Nice. The Baule people are descendants of the same lineage as the Ashanti and are indigenous to which country?
Somewhere near Ghana.
Yeah, country is Ghana.
Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, Togo, yeah. Burkina Faso.
Cote d'Ivoire?
It is Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast.
Get away from us! Anansi Hoho. Odada Fumo Osantifo. Nisrewo. Be and free. Yamada day I see. Free and so. Free and so.
Really good.
Do you know that during the war between the Asantes and Western colonies, the Asantes were so formidable that British military commanders had to call for reinforcements from other African countries like Sierra Leone, Gambia and Nigeria to aid them in fighting against the Asante kingdom, despite their superior weapons. The strength of the Asantes was such that they frequently inflicted heavy casualties on the English military forces. In fact, the British even insisted that some of their allies from these African countries stay in what is now known as Asawase in Kumasi to monitor the Asantes in case they planned another attack or battle. The Asantes were eventually defeated not because they were weak, but because they were up against advanced weapons that were unknown to them at the time. To this day, many of the people living in Kumasi Asawase are descendants of these Western allies from various African countries. Do you know that one of the most remarkable stories of resistance in African history involves a strong woman who stood against the British Empire to protect her people's heritage? Today we are going to dive into how Nana Ya Asantewa, the brave Queen Mother of Ejisu, led her people in a fierce battle to defend the Golden Stool, the sacred symbol of the Asante nation's unity. We will explore the war strategies she used, including clever tactics to deceive and outmaneuver the British soldiers. We'll also uncover how one of her commanders, driven by greed for wealth instead of focusing on the mission, contributed to her downfall. His actions allowed the British governor to escape, leading to a tragic loss for Ya Asantewa and the Asante people. Despite their courage and determination, many Asantes died in the struggle to protect their cherished Golden Stool. Tragically, after her capture, Nana Ya Asantewa was humiliated, stripped naked, and sent into exile on the Seychelles Islands. The British, recognizing her formidable spirit, spoke of her in the royal palace as a persona non grata, acknowledging her as a significant threat to their colonial rule. Despite her exile, she remained a symbol of resistance and pride for the Asante people. Keep watching Black Stories Untold as we bring you the full details of this incredible story. Subscribe to our channel to learn more about the powerful and inspiring tales from African history that deserve to be remembered and celebrated. In 1900, the British tried to humiliate the Asante Kingdom again. The colonial governor, Sir Frederick M. Hodgson, demanded that the Asante nation hand over their golden stool, which was their most important religious and national symbol. However, the Asante people anticipated this demand and created a fake stool to give to the British. This provocation led to an uprising among the Asante. The legendary woman Nana Ya Asantewa led an attack on the British fort in Kumasi. The British government had previously deported Nana Prempeh I to weaken the Asante kingdom. Instead, this action made the Asante people stronger because they realized that if they weren't careful, the British would take away the golden stool, which held the soul of the nation and symbolized their unity. The Asante people secretly organized themselves to protect the stool. This showed the British government that the golden stool itself was more important than its occupant. Therefore, the new governor, Sir Frederick M. Hodgson, decided that to break the Asante Confederation, he had to get the golden stool. The governor therefore came to Kumasi and called a meeting of all the chiefs. On 28 March 1900, a grand durbar was organized for Governor Frederick M. Hodgson in front of the Kumasi fort, which later became Ya Asantewa Fort and now Ghana Armed Forces Museum. When the chiefs were going to welcome him, one of the men called Kofi Fofi penetrated through the people who were carrying the chief of Juaben and told the chief of Juaben that if the governor did not tell them something meaningful, they would fight. The chiefs present at the Durbar included the Mamponghine, Bekwahine, Kokofuhine, Juabenhine, Adansihine, Agonahine, Nkwantahine, Kumawuhine, and of course Nana Ya Asantewa, who was the queen and acting chief of Ejisu. Others present were Nana Afrifa, Nana Adu Jamfi, Nana Fofi, and Nana Antoa Mensa. They later formed the war committee of Nana Ya Asantewa. After the salutation, the governor got up and made the following statements. 1. Neither Nana Prempeh I nor Barima Yao Achireboana would ever return to Kumasi. Asante would be ruled by the government's resident representative. 2. The government had the right to call people to do communal labor in the form of road construction and building of government houses. 3. The people had to help in the smooth administration of the states and ensure that peace prevailed. 4. They were to pay interest on the indemnity of 50,000 ounces of gold in the Fomena Treaty. He had shared the money among the states in the following order. Kumasi State, 125 ounces of gold. Mampong, Adansi, Bekwai, Nkoranza, and Manso Nkwanta, 150 ounces of gold each. Nsuta, Kokofu, and Agona, 110 ounces of gold each. Jaman, 100 ounces. Juaben, Tachiman, Bechiem, Nkwanta, Wam, and Bompata, 75 ounces of gold each. Ofinso, Ejisu, Kumawu, Wanchi, Abodom, Ahafo, and Obogu, 35 ounces of gold each. Agogo, 20 ounces of gold. 1 ounce of gold was equal to 8 pounds, 2 shillings sterling. Finally, he stated that the Asante nation had shown a disrespectful attitude towards him. He was not happy with the chair he was given to sit on. It meant relegation of authority. He was the representative of the Queen of England, and Queen Victoria was the supreme power of the nation. The governor, therefore, demanded that the golden stool should be brought for him to sit on it. If the nation gave the golden stool to Nana Prempe the first to sit on, why didn't they bring it to him to sit on? He therefore demanded it as a right. He continued that, though the government had not received the golden stool yet, he would rule the nation with all the power and strictness at his disposal. After the governor, Sir Frederick M. Hodgson, made his request, all the chiefs were sitting down and could not utter a word. His statement was greeted with a moment of silence, followed by murmuring and giggling. He therefore gave a chance to anybody who had a question to ask. According to oral tradition, it was here that Nana Ya Asantewa, Queen Mother of Ejiso, who was acting as the chief of Ejiso following the deportation of Nana Kofi Afrane I, after waiting a little for the men to speak, and seeing that nobody was prepared to ask a question, stood up to ask questions. She first asked whether the governor saw Nana Prempe or when he was coming to Kumasi. The governor, Sir Frederick M. Hodgson, replied that Nana Prempe I had been deported to Seychelles Island. She then told the governor that it was the custom of the Asantes that whoever occupied a stool was in charge of it, and was the person who knew where it was kept. For that reason, if the governor was anxious to get the golden stool, he was to bring Nana Prempe I back to show him where the golden stool was being kept. The governor again replied to her that Nana Prempe would not be returning. Nana Ya Asantewa's last statement for the English interpreter to translate to the governor was, "Tomorrow, ghost widows will get husbands." This was a declaration of war. Nana Ya Asantewa then turned to the silent Asante kingdom chiefs and men and addressed them as follows. How can a proud and brave people like the Asantes sit back and look on while the white man takes away your king and chiefs and humiliates you with the demand for the golden stool? The golden stool only means money to the white man, and that is why they have searched and dug everywhere for it. I shall not pay even 1 ounce of gold, 8 pounds 2 shillings, to the governor. If you chiefs are going to behave like cowards who are too frightened to fight, then exchange your loincloths with my undergarments. Literally meaning, it was interesting to note that coincidentally, Nana Ya Asantewa was among the very few women at this particular gathering. There was silence, and then the people began to break off. It will be recalled that Nana Ya Asantewa's only brother, who was the chief of Ejisu, was among the chiefs who had already been sent with Nana Ajeman Prempe I to Seychelles Island. After addressing the Asante chiefs, Nana Ya Asantewa walked to the governor and sarcastically admired his uniform. She then insisted on going up to the platform to shake hands with Mrs. Mary Hodgson, the wife of the governor. In the process, she soiled and spoiled the white gloves of the governor's wife with the spit of chewed cola nut she had stored in her palm.